Right, but then by 2006, you were facing a RICO.
Yeah, another RICO.
And another RICO, and this was what, a life sentence potentially?
Yeah, well, yeah, any kind of case I had back then would have been, my guidelines were off the charts. I was facing life without parole. No, they had to give me parole because the murder took place when different guidelines were in place. So I was facing life. Yeah, I was facing life, and it was a different world, and I cooperated.
Okay, so then at that point you start to cooperate.
Right.
And you end up testifying in the 1988 murder of your brother-in-law.
Yes.
How did that feel, considering the guy kind of deserved it?
How did it feel me testifying at the trial?
Right. I mean, you're testifying over something that you were involved in that you probably pushed for yourself.
I followed. It felt, well, you know, so don't forget now, the co-defendants that were sitting there were the guys that were trying to throw me under the bus. So I really didn't have no love for them to begin with. So I felt bad for the people that were sitting I felt worse for the people that were sitting in the gallery, like his family, than I felt for the people that were on trial. I felt bad for them that they had to hear that and listen to that. I felt worse for them than my ex-co-defendants, because my ex-co-defendants didn't give a shit about me. So, you know, here I was.
Okay, so you go and testify in this trial, and you know, the shooter who actually, you know, pulled the trigger, he got found guilty.
Yeah.
And he got life.
No, he didn't get found guilty. He got 18 years.
18 years, okay. When he came down to the sentencing, your niece actually spoke to the judge and asked for them to give you a life sentence in prison, but the judge said, well, no, we can't do that.
Right, when I got sentenced, when Dominic got sentenced, when I got sentenced in, I got sentenced 7 years ago. I got sentenced in 2014. When I got sentenced, the impact letters, my niece asked the judge to give me life, and my brother-in-law's sister asked the judge to give me life, and the judge artistically said that he said it wasn't really, what he said was really basically it wasn't my fault, it was the mafia's fault, the way I was raised, and that now I became a tool for the government to end the mafia. He sort of phrased it like that, Weinstein. He was very articulate about how he phrased it.
Right, because your niece actually said, you know, because your niece was a baby when the murder happened. My niece was an infant, when she lost her dad. Yeah, and she said, the anger you have left me is indescribable. I can't tell you what you did to me as a child. And the judge said, in this case, the defendant has become a tool of the government to destroy the remnants of this terrible group of the mafia that has been the cause of your grief. And if you had been sentenced to life, we would actually destroy this tool, which they needed in order to take down the mafia.
Right, exactly.
How did it feel to, you know, to hear your niece say that?
It felt terrible. I was in tears. When I read my statement, I was in tears. It felt my daughter who's sitting here right now, she was in court. My ex-wife was in court. It was terrible. You know, I had to confront. You know, I had to face her like that, and you know, I was in tears. It was hard. It was rough. It was rough.